wake up at 5 a.m. You crush the gym. You take the cold shower. You journal your thoughts. You post it online and the world applauds. They call you focused, driven, disciplined. But here's what they don't say. You're not rising, you're kneeling. You're not strong, you're obedient. You're following a script written by someone else, a book, a guru, a trend. You call it power, but Machiavelli would call it what is. Submission dresses virtue. You're not mastering your fate. You're performing for the system. And worse, you're proud of it. Discipline is a beautiful cage, one you lock from the inside, polished, praised, but still a cage. And Machiavelli, he watches, not with admiration, but with a smirk, because in The Prince, he made it clear, the man who becomes predictable becomes prey. And the more disciplined you are, the easier you are to map, control, and destroy. You grind daily. You follow routines. You call it strength. But Machiavelli would say, you're not dangerous. You're decorum, respectably replaceable, tame. If you want real power, stop performing. Stop proving. Start thinking like a strategist. Because discipline doesn't make you untouchable. It makes you trackable. And in the real game, the man who can be tracked is the first to fall. 7 brutal truths that shatter the myth of discipline. 1. Predictability is death. You wake up early. You stick to the plan. You think this makes you powerful. Wrong. It makes you a target. Machiavelli wrote, a predictable man is a conquered man. Your routine is a map. Your enemies read it. They don't fight you. They wait. Kodak stuck to film, disciplined, rigid. Then digital cameras hit. They didn't pivot. By 2012, they were bankrupt. Blockbuster followed their model perfectly. Netflix didn't. Now one is dust. Other rules. Discipline isn't strength. It's a leash you tie yourself with. 2. Your morning routine is a billboard of weakness. Your 5 a.m. gym posts. Your inbox zero obsession. Your perfect to-do list. Impressive? Maybe. But what if that time was spent landing a deal or outmaneuvering a rival? You're not running toward power. You're running in circles. Machiavelli's men don't loop. They strike. 3. Discipline kills your instincts. You grind. You follow the plan. You ignore the itch to pivot. Machiavelli warned, a man who ignores his instincts begs to lose. Muhammad Ali did win by drilling the same punches. He danced, read his opponent, struck when they blinked. The corporate drone, same routine, same burnout, dull, replaceable. Your gut is your weapon. Discipline smothers it. For loyalty to a failing plan is suicide. You stick to dead-end jobs, failing businesses, toxic deals, because discipline says finish what you start. Machiavelli would laugh. Loyalty to a plan is loyalty to defeat. The strategic man cuts losses. He doesn't polish a broken sword. He forges a new one. 5. Discipline feeds your ego, not your power. You post your streaks. You bask in applause. Machiavelli warned, a man who seeks admiration over fear loses both. Logan Paul, disciplined, visible, exposed. The shadow operator, no posts, no patterns, unreadable, unstoppable. Pride and discipline is a trap. 6. Visibility is vulnerability. Your routines broadcast your weaknesses. Machiavelli wrote, a man who shows his hand loses a game. The fitness influencer posts every workout. Rivals know his rhythm. One injury, done. Pablo Escobar, no routine, no pattern, untraceable. Discipline makes you a target. Strategy makes you invisible. 7. Discipline is a collar. Freedom is power. You follow schedules. You obey routines. You call it discipline. Machiavelli called it slavery. A man who cannot break free is a man who serves. The 9 to 5 grinder, owned by his calendar. The mercenary fights when it suits him. Freedom isn't in your routine. It's in your ability to walk away. The choice is yours. Discipline keeps you small, predictable, controlled. Strategy makes you unseen, unstoppable, feared. Machiavelli's warning is clear. The man who clings to discipline loses. The man who masters strategy wins. Will you keep polishing your chains? Or will you break free and rule? Comment below. What's one routine you'll break to stay unseen? Act now or stay a prisoner. The silent war. How discipline makes you a slave to the system. You wake up at 5 a.m. again. You hit the gym. Again. You cold shower. Again. You journal. Again. You post it. The world cheers. Again. But behind the applause, something sinister lurks. Discipline is the system's greatest trick. They sold you the lie that discipline equals power. But Machiavelli knew the truth. The more obedient the man, the easier he is to control. Your routines, they're not making you stronger. They're making you predictable. And in the game of power, predictability is death. The three silent traps of discipline. 1, you're building a resume, not an empire. The disciplined employee, perfect attendance, flawless reports. Loyalty, the strategic player, skips meetings, builds leverage, owns the game, who gets promoted, the obedient, who gets rich, the ruthless, Machiavelli's rule. The prince must learn to be a fox or a lion. Discipline makes you a sheep. Strategy makes you a wolf. 2, your habits are someone else's blueprint. Who told you to wake up at 5 a.m.? Who sold you on cold showers? Who convinced you that grinding is greatness? You didn't choose these rules. You inherited them, and the system loves that. The guru profits from your discipline. The corporation exploits your consistency. The algorithm feeds on your predictability. You think you're climbing. You're just turning their wheels. 3, discipline makes you blind opportunity. You're so focused on sticking to the plan that you miss the holes in the system. Kodak stuck to film while the world went digital. Blockbuster followed the rules while Netflix rewrote them. Machiavelli warned, the greatest fortress is the one your enemy does not see. Discipline keeps you inside the fortress. Strategy teaches you to burn it down. The escape plan, how to break free. 1, replace discipline with deception. Stop posting your routine. Stop proving your grind. Start moving in silence. Machiavelli's tactic, never reveal your next move. Elon Musk doesn't post a schedule. Pablo Escobar didn't follow patterns. Be untraceable. 2, audit your loyalties. Ask, who benefits from my discipline? What systems am I feeding? What rules can I break today? Machiavelli's test. If your habits don't serve your power, they serve your enemy. 3, train instincts, not routines. Discipline says, follow the plan. Strategy says, adapt or die. Steve Jobs pivoted Apple from computers to phones. Muhammad Ali changed tactics mid-fight. Your gut is your greatest weapon. Stop silencing it. The final choice. You can keep the discipline, the applause, the safety, or you can disappear. Rewrite the rules. Break the patterns. Move unseen. Machiavelli's final warning. The world belongs to those who refuse to play by its rules. Will you obey or will you rule? Comment below. What's one rule you'll break this week? Act now or remain a slave. The invisible prison. How society uses discipline to control you. You've been lied to, not overtly, not crudely, but systematically, expertly, through centuries of cultural programming. They convince you that discipline is a path to freedom. But the ancient truth remains. Discipline is the invisible bars of your cage. The origins of the discipline myth. In 19th century Prussia, a new system emerged. Schools designed not to educate, but to produce. Factory workers who would wake to whistles. Soldiers who would obey without question. Citizens who would follow schedules without resistance. This wasn't education. This was training. Machiavelli saw it coming 300 years earlier. The state's greatest trick is making slaves believe they're free. Your morning routine, your productivity hacks, your life optimization, you're not becoming powerful. You're becoming predictable. The 5 modern discipline traps. 1, the quantified self-movement, step counters, sleep trackers, habit apps. You've turned your life into data points to be optimized. But who controls the algorithms? Who profits from your obsession? 2, hustle culture's dirty secret. They tell you, wake up at 4 a.m. and you'll be successful. But ask yourself, who benefits when you work 80 hours a week? Who gets rich when you sacrifice health for productivity? 3. The social media performance. Your perfect routine posts. Make others feel inadequate. Feed the algorithm, but reveal your patterns to competitors. Machiavelli's warning, never let them see your full hand. 4. The corporate loyalty scam. Employee of the month. Perfect attendance awards. Climbing the ladder, all designed to keep you just comfortable enough, just hopeful enough, never free enough. 5. The spiritual bypass. Even meditation and mindfulness have been weaponized. Just accept your circumstances. Find peace in your prison. Ancient warriors meditated to sharpen their instincts, not to accept their chains. The strategic escape plan. Phase 1. Pattern recognition. For 1 week, track who benefits from each of your disciplined habits. Identify which routines make you predictable. Notice when discipline is serving others, not you. Phase 2. Control chaos. Begin strategically breaking patterns. Vary your workout times. Change your work locations. Disrupt your digital footprint. Machiavelli's tactic. Confuse to conquer. Phase 3. The shadow period. Go dark for 30 days. No routine posts. No productivity updates. No visible patterns. Use this time to build unseen skills, forge hidden alliances, develop real power, the ultimate test. Ask yourself this brutal question. If all my disciplined habits disappeared tomorrow, would I? Panic, you're enslaved. Adapt, you're dangerous. Thrive, you're free. Machiavelli's final lesson. The lion is respected. The fox escapes the trap. But the wolf changes the rules of the hunt. Your move. Will you keep polishing the bars of your cage? Or will you melt them down and forge weapons? Comment below. What's the first disciplined habit you'll break today? Music fades out. The discipline delusion. Why your self-improvement is making you weak. The alarm screams at 4:30 a.m. Again, you zombie walk to the shower. Ice cold. Again, you choke down your kale smoothie. Again, you tell yourself this is strength. But deep down, you know the truth. You're not building discipline, you're building dependency. The Stockholm Syndrome of self-improvement. Modern discipline culture has become a form of psychological captivity where 1. You pay for your own handcuffs, premium productivity apps. 2. You police yourself, habit trackers as digital probation officers. 3. You beg for harder chains. I need more discipline. Machiavelli saw this coming. The perfect subject is one who whips himself, so the ruler need not. The 3 dirty secrets of disciplined culture. 1. The productivity industrial complex. A $10.4 billion self-improvement industry, selling you solutions to problems they invented, creating artificial scarcity of your own potential. You're not buying discipline, you're renting anxiety. 2. The myth of meritocratic suffering. They tell you, just work harder than anyone else. But the game is rigged. The early bird gets the worm and chronic sleep deprivation. The hustle grind gets you promoted to middle management purgatory. The perfect routine makes you predictably exploitable. 3. The spiritual bypass of stoicism. Modern stoicism has been weaponized into just endure your shitty conditions better. While the original Stoics taught, change what you can, escape what you can't. The Anti-Discipline Manifesto. 1. Embrace strategic laziness. The 80-20 rule is your weapon. Identify the 20% of efforts yielding 80% of results. Ruthlessly eliminate the rest. Machiavelli's insight. The wise prince appears diligent while being strategically idle. 2. Cultivate controlled chaos. Randomize your routines weekly. Schedule unproductive days. Build adaptability muscles. In a predictable world, unpredictability is power. 3. Master the art of disappearing. Digital detoxes as tactical retreats. Social media blackouts as camouflage. Information diets as armor. The freedom test. When you hear, you should be more disciplined. Ask, 1. Who benefits from me doing this? 2. What system does this serve? 3. What would happen if I stopped? The final choice. You stand at the crossroads. Path A. Keep the discipline. Get the applause. Remain a well-trained pet. Path B. Break the patterns. Embrace the chaos. Become dangerously free. Machiavelli's final warning. The world fears only those who cannot be predicted. Your move, player. Comment below. What's one disciplined habit you'll set on fire today?